Who's going to speak at your funeral, and what would they say? That's the subject of today's episode of Greatness Quest.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of Greatness Quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
So I was recently asked this question by one of my mentors who was inspired to ask this question himself when he saw that John McCain had passed away and that Barack Obama was asked to speak at his funeral. So you might have considered this question in the past. Maybe you never have, maybe you have. But I would challenge you to really spend some time to think about it today or over the next couple days about your life and about how you've lived it up until this moment, and about your life and how you want to live it for the rest of your life, whether that is for another year or another decade or hopefully a whole bunch of decades. And as I've been thinking about this, what I'm coming up with is a lot more questions. A lot more questions than just the two that I started with at the beginning of this recording. I've been looking at whether or not my life has really mattered and who it's really mattered to and who would care if and when I die. Another one of my mentors, Brendon Burchard, had a near-death experience at one stage, and it made him ask 3 questions. Did I live? Did I love? And did I matter? And I think these are really great questions. Ones that, as I'm talking today, as I'm giving you more questions, you might want to just not necessarily answer them all for yourself while you're listening, but to capture the questions that you do want to ask and answer. Did I live? I focused on this one a lot this morning. And in the last 24 hours, did I love? And did I matter? And I would say that the answers to these questions for myself, like that would really, the only people that would truly care about my passing would be the people that I have loved and contributed to the most. I'm looking at my direct family, my wife, my daughter, my son who's just 7 months old, my parents, my sisters, and maybe a few friends. And I'm not going to be on the cover of any magazines at this stage of the game, and Barack Obama is not going to speak at my funeral, and that's okay. But I think what I'm learning by these series of questions today, and I'm not going to go on and on and on about my own revelations around this subject matter, other than this. It seems to me that the answers to these questions, again, are bringing up more questions. But more questions about how I can live my life better. And I'm coming down to two core questions here that I think do matter. And one of them is, what did I create? And the second is, what did I contribute? And when it comes to me thinking about and looking at my legacy and what I'm leaving behind, what are the things that I'm grateful for? And one of them is, I'm proud to say, has been in looking at the answers to the did I live, did I love, and did I matter part, that I think my family could look to the way I have lived my life by the things that I have demonstrated, by my footsteps that I've left in the sand, that I at least aspired to live every day to the fullest, to take on new adventures and challenges, and that I at least aspired to lead with love and unconditional love for the people that are closest to me, that are around me, and that most days my focus has been about what I could contribute. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful for some of the things that I have created that are going to be left behind for my 11-year-old daughter and my 7-month-old son. I'm grateful for some of the books that I have written. In fact, of all the books I've written, it's some of the more fun books, the books I've done with my daughter, and the book I wrote called The Mule and the Magician, which is a simple read you can get done within 5 minutes, that I'm most proud of, so that my kids know some of the things that I believe. That I believe in and that were fun. And how inspiring it is to me, or challenging it is for me, to consider what else am I going to create and what else am I going to contribute. And honestly, there's more than gratitude about where I'm at today is this gap, a gigantic gap between where I am, how I've lived my life up until this stage, and the amount and the level of contribution that I actually want to make. So my challenge for you today is to consider the answers to some of these questions, and maybe these questions will bring up new questions in you as well. But as I'm wrapping this up, I feel that the two questions that matter most to me in how I choose to live my life from this moment forward are about what it is that I am going to create and what it is that I'm going to contribute, as being two guiding questions that can help me decide how I want to live the rest of my life. And that I know that my daughter and my son can look at what I've contributed when it comes to my podcast, and they can look back to what it is that I thought mattered, so that at one stage of their life they might look into what their dad thought and what advice their dad might have for them if for some reason I'm not around to share that with them personally. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I'm oh so proud of all the things that I have created and all the things that I have contributed. I'm proud of some of them, but there's so much more that I wish that I could give. And there's so many more people that I wish that my life would matter to. And I really want to live a life that matters to more people, to my family, my community, and the world. I want my life to matter. I want my life to make a difference. And I want to be much more proud about my life a year from now and a decade from now. When it comes to the answers of the questions that I've asked today. And that's all I've got for you today. And I would love to hear the answers to these questions from you if you'd like to share on any of our social media channels, just so we can connect. And to hear your thoughts about this would be pretty cool, because I don't think I'm going to stop thinking about this after today. I think this is a core part of how I'm going to be making decisions in the future, and I'm curious about what you think and what your answers are as well. All right, we'll see you tomorrow on another Daily Dose of Greatness Quest.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.